The Dance with Darkness. By Jeshua. Channeled by Pamela Kribbe. Wednesday, March 15, 2017. Dear friends, I am Jeshua. I greet you all. I am with you, as a like-minded friend. An equal. Accept me as your brother. I want to be with you. And to hold your hand. It is easier for me to see life from a higher and wider perspective than is possible for you at the earthly level. It is the purpose of life on earth that you become partially immersed in ignorance, in the heaviness of your earthly surroundings, and that you have that experience from within it. Doing that is certainly not easy, but it has its purpose. When you are in the higher realms, in celestial spheres, as they are called, there is almost no resistance. You take the experience of love around you for granted. You attract to you what best suits you in terms of environment, and also in terms of the energies, and the souls you meet. There is an easy exchange between you and your environment, which is a reflection of you, so you are relatively free of blockages. There is still some cleaning up to do, so to speak, but it all happens with fluidity and ease, something you may miss very much while here on earth. Down here, that lightness and ease is missing, and you are not always surrounded by like-minded people. You meet up with many different levels of consciousness in your life. Also, you are born as a vulnerable child into a family energy that often does not reflect your highest core or match your natural energy. In a family energy are often surviving fears and limiting beliefs that you soak up like a sponge. And you cannot do otherwise, because as an earthly child, you are not fully in touch with your soul, and with the knowledge that you have on a soul level. As a young child, you are totally immersed in matter, in a body, in order to gain the earthly experience. And that means you will absorb, unfiltered and unrestrained, energies that do not actually belong to you. Only later do you begin to discern what actually belongs to you, and what does not. Now ask yourself, and this is something you need to ask continually, why did I enter into this dance, the dance with illusion, the dance with seduction, the dance with darkness? Because the darkness wants to be transformed through you. You are an angel of light. You wanted to take up the dance with matter and uncertainty, because there is so much love in you. A very deep, creative, inspired source lives within you, and that is who you are. That is your soul. And in every soul that creative source, that unstoppable flow of life, develops its own unique glow. You are your own being, unique, no one else is like you. And you are here in order to give form, in your own way, to the love in your being, and to confront the darkness within yourself, and to transform it. Darkness is, in fact, equal to the unknown, the new, an adventure. And if you are afraid of that, you will feel lost and uncertain. Most often, a soul is so overwhelmed by the new, the unknown, the darkness, that it begins to doubt itself, and says, I cannot do this. I do not know who I am or where I am. I have lost my way. So the soul has need of self-awareness to complete this journey, to fulfill it with joy. And that is why I am here, to remind you of yourself, and of the consciousness that wants to be born in you. You are creators, extremely powerful ones, who are here to embrace darkness, and to transform it. At first, you think you cannot do it, and that you will be swallowed up by the darkness, the ignorance, and become lost. But there comes a time when you realize who it is that is looking at the darkness, and experiences it, who that powerful source is, that being who time, and again comes back to the dance with illusion and ignorance. Then your gaze moves from outward looking to going inward, and discovering who you are. By now, you all are engaged in this process. You have been on this journey for a long time. You are already discovering the light in yourself. But there always comes a time when you are in doubt. And so you turn your gaze outward again, and find those negative energies vibrating there, that are based on fear. Those energies instill fear in you, and that experience pulls you away from yourself. I am here to help you to again turn your gaze inward to the source of love and knowledge that you are. It is sometimes frustrating for me to see that you consider me to be a teacher who stands above you. However, it is my intention that you keep your focus on the fact that we are equals, that you carry the same source of knowledge in you that I do, and that you need not see yourself as small relative to me. That is not the intention, that itself is an illusion. I am here to break down that illusion. And I ask that you cooperate with me in doing so, because I need you. I once was a representative of a new consciousness on earth, and I could plant only a very few seeds. The possibilities were limited at that time, but during this time the possibilities are much greater. Imagine that you are one of those seeds, but one that now wants to germinate. It is ready to germinate. Imagine that you see yourself in a bed of fertile soil. There, you see the seed in the ground, and you feel the potential of the life in that seed. The sun is shining on the moist and fertile soil, and you now imagine how that seed develops roots and sprouts. Feel its roots go into the soil, and see how tiny green leaves appear along its stalk. Enjoy the beauty of this plant, and feel that it grows because of the attention that you give to it by your delight and awe. Sense the earth, and how it welcomes this plant. Feel how the plant becomes bigger and stronger until it is firmly established in the soil of the earth, and its leaves are large and capable of taking in ample sunlight. Slowly this tiny plant grows into a magnificent tree. Feel how this tree is connected with heaven and earth. Feel its root system, and how these roots take on nourishment effortlessly. It is a natural process, so you have no trouble sensing it. The trunk is solid and strong, and the foliage is full and green. The sun is shining on the crown of the tree, and the tree takes in the light of home. See if you can hold on to this image, and imagine that you, like you are now in your body, sit down under this tree, and lean against its trunk. Take the energy of the tree into you. Feel the energies of earth and heaven run through your back, and feel how welcome you are here. You are needed here on earth as a transformer of energy, but the work you do is mostly inner work. And when I say, you are needed, I do not mean that you have to do a lot. It might be that you feel inspired to do certain things, but mostly it is about holding on to the image of that tree. You are here because of the consciousness of strength and inspiration that has sprouted in you, and it is that which contributes to the larger picture. Every time you believe in yourself and trust your own unique strength and creativity, you change the collective consciousness of a humanity that has been immersed in fear and in being a victim. There have been people in power on earth who made their subjects doubt their capabilities. They have systematically disempowered people, and that is also a legacy you have to contend with. Even when you live in a modern, free society, that legacy still exists. It is a legacy of fear, repression, and self-doubt. Do not underestimate the power of that legacy. It is a big step to turn toward yourself by believing in yourself and in your unique power. That is a huge step in consciousness, a turn of 180 degrees. That is why what you are trying to do is so grand and impressive. It is your challenge, because that is what you are here to accomplish. Nothing else captivates you more. You want to take that step toward yourself, the germination of your true power here on earth after so many centuries, and after spending so many lives here. The ultimate step is when you recognize that the fear that lives in you is an illusion. Already there are times when you sense that, when you get a glimpse of your true potential, your integrity, your divinity. But then you again become overshadowed by fear, by the self-doubt that covers the earth as a blanket. This shadow is certainly not something that happens only at the level of the individual. It is a collective blanket that smothers all people. And the more you want to move beyond it, to become free of that old legacy, the stronger is its pull. The collective pressure around you is to remain caught up, and to not break away, because in human beings, there is the tendency to want to fit in, to belong to a group. But escaping is exactly what you want to do, to get away from that pressure of old burdens, the ideas of sinfulness, self-effacement, submission. You can imagine that old energy as a heavy gray color, a slimy mud that entraps and mires you, and keeps you stuck. I ask you to not fight against it, because then you become even more deeply stuck, and possibly even paralyzed by the workings of that mud, of those old energies. In that sense, fear wants you to fight against it, because that makes its hold on you stronger. If you see fear as a formidable opponent, then you will lose. Because in the idea that fear is a real enemy, you have given over to it. And so you are already lost. Fear at its core is an illusion that you eventually puncture like a balloon so it deflates. It is not an enemy in the sense of a real opponent, it is an idea that has power over you. It is not a thing, it is not a being. If you have an understanding of the vulnerability that is in you, that has been in you since you were a newborn baby, and if you begin to see the vulnerability in other people, then you can forgive yourself and them for the power that fear has over you. If you are coming from a position of forgiveness and understanding, fear has no more power over you. Then you become the giver, the source of love. You become great rather than small. When you are great, fear has no more power over you. And you then see fear as a cry for help. First you see it in yourself. And then you also see it in others. And that is the correct view. Fear is a cry for help. Fear is a need. And you are the one who can help make this need disappear, because you can fill the hole, the void. Fear can be transformed by love. That is who you are. And what you can do. I ask you to believe in this. And I will understand even when you again lose this perspective, which is why I am always present. And with me are many who are also involved in this great process. They want to support you in what you are doing, your guides, your angels. There is a lot of help available. Feel that help in this place. And be open to it. It is intended that you use our energy, so do not be afraid to ask for our help. We love doing this. We are really very strongly connected with you. Thank you for your attention.